It's a question on every parent and student's mind. Will students be going back to class in the fall? Will college campuses be bringing students back in the fall? The vast majority of schools, from K to 12 to higher education, are still trying to figure out a way to make it work. But the nation's largest four-year public university system just made the call, and the answer is no. The California State University system announcing it will keep the majority of their classes off campus and online. That's almost 500,000 students across 23 campuses. This is the first major university system to make such a decision. Will more join? Joining me right now is President of Cal State University Fullerton, Virjee. Mr. Virjee, thank you for being here.
Glad to be with you, Kate.
Thank you. Cal State Fullerton actually made this call even earlier, back in April. Now the entire Cal State system is with you. What was the determining factor? What did this come down to?
Well, it comes down to health and safety of our faculty and our students and our staff. Our two North Stars, if you will, are keeping our community safe and providing inclusive, excellent education for our students. And we're looking for the balance to be able to continue to do both. The safest thing to do would be just shut everything down, but then students wouldn't progress to graduation, wouldn't get their education. So we're looking for that balance.
Was it one thing in particular? Was it you just couldn't figure out a way to keep students socially distanced and in a classroom or in a residence hall? What was it that couldn't be overcome just because of the way that what's required and the way colleges are set up?
Well, you have to imagine that Cal State Fullerton is the largest of the CSUs, and we have 40,000 students and about 5,000 faculty on campus. So we have a lot of people on campus, and we're in an urban setting, so we have limited space. We want to make sure that we can practice social distancing, physical distancing for our students, that they have the proper protective equipment to protect them and their health and safety. The density, if we were just to bring everybody back, would be unsafe from our perspective, and that is really important to be sure that we limit the access or the exposure to potentially to the virus.
Yeah. Why make the call in April and May? Do you not think that there's a way that progress could be made in 3 months that would make you feel any differently?
Well, I'll answer that two ways. First of all, it's important to know that the university will be open. We will be serving our students. So we didn't make a call to close the university. We made a call to provide predominantly our courses virtually. And the reason to make that call is if you look into the future, if you listen to the epidemiologists and the scientists that are the experts in this area, and as your last guest just mentioned, we're expecting a small wave in August and then probably a much larger wave in October, November. And we just pivoted from face-to-face instruction to virtual instruction, literally on the dime. We want to make sure that we can be careful to protect our students. And it's much easier to move from virtual to physical face-to-face instruction if it becomes safe, and to phase that in than it is to start face-to-face and have to move to virtual quickly. That is a potential for disaster.
No, that's a great point. What do you need to see happen? What needs to happen for you, for Cal State Fullerton, or the system, the entire system, to feel comfortable for more students to be back for in-person classrooms? Is it anything short of a vaccine?
Well, it won't surprise you that what I need to see is reflective of what the CDC needs to see, our State Department of Health, our health experts, which is a continuing reduction in the number of coronavirus cases that are reported in California, and especially in Southern California. Those numbers are still increasing, not decreasing. A decrease in the number of deaths as well, hopefully none, and those numbers are still increasing in Southern California. We would also have to have a much more vigorous ability to test and trace. And when you have 40,000 students on campus, and a very porous campus where there are literally thousands of entry points onto campus, it's very hard to test and trace. So short of a vaccine, we are going to be living with this virus for a long time to come. As our chancellor said, you can't change the biology. So what we are trying to do is work within that biology to provide the best protection for our students. And as things become better, as the number of cases drop, as we increase our expertise in being able to assure physical distancing and have the appropriate protective equipment and sanitation and sanitizing, more and more students and more faculty will be brought back onto campus.
Yeah, I think everyone respects someone who's following the science, President Virjee, that is for sure, and letting science lead the way. In general, what do you say to students who are concerned that they're not going to be getting as good of an education, that the college experience is not the same if they can't be in classes together?
Well, the first thing I would say to students is the same thing I would say to my faculty, staff, and my community, which is I understand not only that virtual learning may not at first seem the equivalent to face-to-face learning, but more importantly that you are under stress in this pandemic right now, and I appreciate and feel for and empathize with the stress that you are under. I want to assure you that, as I said, we pivoted to virtual instruction in a matter of days. So we went from all face-to-face instruction to all virtual instruction in a matter of days. We have been working hard to make that virtual instruction vibrant and engaging for our students, and to measure the pedagogical outcomes to make sure that we do provide what is appropriate. But we will continue to provide that equipment the best we can. I think I might have lost you.
No, I think we still have you. But President Virjee, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and thank you for what you're doing. We'll check back in. We also have this